Thank you very much for the introduction. I'm responsible for the technology strategy and architecture at 3 UK, but today I'm going to talk about a broader challenge that we've set our business. How do you transform to become the UK's best loved brand? That's quite an audacious challenge. We'll say a little bit more about how we're trying to do that at the moment. Emma mentioned, though, the nature of 3, and I want to just give you a little bit of a flavour for how 3 is and how we do things. We have a brand purpose. Our brand purpose is called Free the Fun, and that applies not just to our marketing, but how we actually act in terms of the way we bring things to market as well. So I'm going to go straight onto a sort of sample clip of our advertising to give you a bit of a flavour for that.
Phones are bad.
Wait, life was better without phones? Really?
Oh, crikey! Set a quantum to this! Hazard ahead!
Oh gosh. Turn left.
Phones 1, haters 0.
Eve, eat this apple. It's delicious.
Damn good.
What?
Need more proof?
No. 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 Friends only.
Phones save lives.
Kevin?
No.
They're never gonna believe this! Yes, they will! Oh,
You see, phones are good. And they're even better on the best network for data. 3. Okay.
Right. It's great fun. If you want to see the full version of that, just look at YouTube and Phones Are Good, and you'll see the full version of that. I did some fantastic marketing work into that. So that's sort of the nature of how we operate. So I want to go on to the challenge that I've set. So we want to be the UK's best loved brand, but the telecoms and media industry are languishing fairly low down in the customer satisfaction list. The things to the left are things that people love doing. They like buying things. You like going on holiday. That's quite tricky to compete with. At the right is more towards utilities, which are in negative territory. Telecoms and media in the middling sort of category there. So in order to become best loved brand, we need to move from that sort of bracket right through to the left, which is a really big challenge. The things we looked at when we look at why the telecoms industry in general, and particularly mobile networks, are not towards the right-hand end are these pain points. And I think look at any mobile operator and actually any network operator, you'll generally see categories of these sort of 3 categories. So is the quality of the network good? If you've got coverage, if you've got good speeds or not? Is the customer service good? And is the value or the price good? They're the 3 pain points. And I'll say a little bit about how we're going to address those. So just a little background on 3. Because 3 started in 2003 as the first 3G network with 0 customers, we needed to innovate and to challenge the market as we went through in order to grow our base from 0 to where it is now. So a few things that we've done, just to give you an introduction. We really, I was the first 3G network, but also we introduced mobile broadband, which is a high-speed data access in 2007. At prices that were significantly lower than the market, something like a third of the price of the market at the time. So really disrupted that and the value point of view. 2010, the One plan, that was a first all-you-can-eat plan, voice, text, and data. 4G we introduced at no extra cost. And then we did Go Roam, which was roaming across not just Europe, but across many other countries and destinations at no extra cost compared to using data in the UK. So back to the, where are we in terms of customer perception? Well, we've been, quite innovative, quite customer-focused, and we've managed to have quite a decent Net Promoter score. Net Promoter is, for those who don't know, difference between promoters and detractors. So we're in good positive territory. Compared to the average of the other MNOs, I haven't called out the individual ones, but just to give you an average, there's an average negative territory in the industry. But 17 is quite good, but 17 is not near the sort of 40 mark that you saw the best brands in the UK would have, and that's where we're trying to aim to. 3 is the smallest network operator in the UK, and we have obviously ambitions to grow. It's very important to grow in terms of economies of scale for a start. We're just over 10 million direct consumers, and compared to roughly double that for our other competitors. So we want to grow, we want to improve customer experience. But on top of all those challenges, we've got also customer expectations have really moved on. If you look at the digital age now, people become used to always being connected. They just won't accept not being connected. It needs to be convenient and simple. It needs to have control of what I'm doing. And the experiences needs to be amazing, not just basic. I think not a utility experience. And then the authentic piece is about ensuring that how we act and what we do is actually also matching up with what the customers experience. So how are we going to address that? How are we going to do that? We are looking at three key things that we're doing. One is to transform our operating model. The next one is what I've rather broadly called cloud IT, which is obviously in this audience just a little bit of a general word, but I'll say a little bit about our approach to that. And then building the UK's fastest 5G network. So business operating model, without going into the details, we are refocusing our organization, our ways of working to focus on the customer as a first, a lot more on insights, analytics, etc., coordinating ourselves as one plan across all teams, and then reorganizing to be a products and services-based company. So we are focused on the services we're providing. Behind this also, there was a mention, Dan mentioned culture. We also have a behavioral cultural piece as well in terms of enhancing collaboration, agility, and customer focus. So that is also underpinning it. We looked at, in 2018, we looked at around about 1 million pieces of feedback from our customers from various different sources and analysed that and sort of grouped it into these general 6 themes that are important to our customers. And I'll just highlight a couple. I think the simple and effortless is a particularly important one. It shouldn't be hard to deal with your operator. It shouldn't take 20, 30 minutes to sign up to a contract. It shouldn't be difficult to use and have different applications on your phone, to your web, to the contact center, to retail. It should be easy. And also, it needs to seem human as well, not just be a machine. So how do we approach doing that? We decided a few years back, myself and Ruth, who saw that we needed to do this via a greenfield approach. We didn't feel that we could just evolve and gradually evolve our technology, that we would need to actually start afresh and build it new. And that's what we did. And this is the representation of our end-to-end vision and how we went about doing it. So on the right-hand side, we decided to go cloud first, and not just cloud first, but it's also very much a customer journey focused approach. I'm very pleased to say that we've launched this year the world's first fully virtualized core network. So this is a VNF-based core network. We have changed the topology of our backhaul. That was for Nelson, because he said I had to get topology into the presentation if it's a technical presentation, so I managed to squeeze it in there. And that's needed to really cope with the massive amount of data growth. And then on the radio side, we're implementing a big upgrade to both our 4G network and our 5G network, backed by a very large holding of 5G spectrum. So a little bit on the cloud IT. So what we've done in our design and where we're implementing and making this go live this year is to move from something like 95% of our applications on-premise. I say on-premise, but also in a very traditional IT architecture, not cloud-based, into a cloud-based product where most of it is public cloud, some on-premise cloud. We're building automation into that approach as well, so that it's a consistent experience in terms of just implementation and customer experience. And a big simplification from 350 apps down to, well, actually less than 100, and we'll probably go lower again to really consolidate. Oh, sorry. I was going to say something before I go to the next slide. So that's the IT piece. I talked about the 5G launch. So we have launched 5G on home broadband in August this year on a very advanced network with, if you're into radio technology, massive MIMO technology, which I love, and a large amount of spectrum. And this is just an advert from that, just to give you a flavor for it. So if you could play the video, please. So yeah, another sort of a similar style 3, quite high energy sort of launch. So we've launched this in the centre of London at the moment, and we're obviously building and expanding out to the rest of the UK. Just to give you a bit of an idea of speeds, we have the largest holding of 5G spectrum in the UK. Prior to acquiring the 5G spectrum, we had the smallest amount of spectrum for 3G and 4G. So we were really struggling in an uphill battle from a technology point of view to sort of keep the performance up without that spectrum. Now in a good position, and this means that we've had some very good performance results from our 5G network. These are actual speed tests from our customers in central London. Whole range of numbers is just not filtered. We just grabbed a set of results. You can see numbers ranging from about the minimum in this set, 160 megabits per second, through to well over 500 megabits per second. So really, really big speeds. We think this 5G home broadband will give at least 200 to 300 megabits per second, sort of an average speed. It says UK Broadband, by the way. If the eagle-eyed, UK Broadband is a subsidiary of 3 UK, and that's being rebranded to 3. So, bit of a whistle-stop tour. Quick summary. In order to achieve our really audacious target of becoming the best-loved brand in the UK, we're looking at 3 things. Network quality. How do you get the best 5G network and also a really solid 4G network? How do you improve customer service? How do you get into a real experience, great experience for customers? That's enabled by an big IT transformation, but also the operating model transformation as well. And in terms of how do you provide value, you need scale, but also you need to modernize your technology. And the cost of growing scale in the new technology stacks is a lot less than it was previously. So that's the summary. Anybody any questions afterwards, please approach me, and thank you very much.